Commodore PR Hari is with us. He's the Chairman and Managing Director at Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers. Commodore Hari, thank you so much for your time on NDTV Profit. It's been a good quarter. It's been a strong quarter, really. Earnings EBITDA up 40.7%. Margins have improved from 5.4 to 6%, and profits up 21% in this quarter. Now, obviously, it's a difficult business to see in a quarter by quarter sense, but give us a sense about what kind of government spending is coming in for defense, and are you seeing more to come in the second half, or has this been front-ended?
Thank you, Tamanna. And as you rightly said, the last quarter, Q2 FY24, has been interesting. And it is actually the results. We have recorded strong numbers, and the results have exceeded our expectations. Our current order book is rupees 24,221 crores, and this comprises of 42 platforms from 12 projects, including 17 warships for the Navy, and 2 specialized research vessels for Indian government research organizations, 14 electric and hybrid ferries for the government of West Bengal, and 10 export platforms coming from 4 projects, including 5 multi-purpose vessels for a European client. So currently our order book is very healthy, and if you see the shipyard is buzzing with the activities now. Now you had asked a question as to what are the expectations. Now in the next 3 to 4 months, we expect to sign 2 more contracts, including 3 multi-purpose vessels with the same European client and 2 coastal research vessels with the Geological Survey of India. The price negotiations are currently in progress. This is what is assured as of now, and as I had stated before, we are eagerly looking forward to the next generation corvette project. This is a 8-ship project for the Indian Navy. The bids have already been submitted, and currently the technical evaluation is in progress. In our appreciation, we expect the price bid to be declared either in December or January. That means within a couple of months, we expect the price bid to be open. And we are very confident.
What would be the size, Commodore? What would be the size of this order?
This is a high-value order, 8-ship project, total between 36,000 to 40,000 crores. And the L1 shipyard, if we win, if we become L1, the L1 shipyard gets around 25,000 crores order. This is a very, very high-value order, and we are eagerly looking forward to this order. In addition, Navy and Coast Guard are likely to come up in the next year. RFP is worth around 13,000 to 15,000 crores. This is in addition to the NGC project that I just mentioned. This comprises of survey vessels, next generation survey vessels, ocean-going patrol vessels, fast patrol vessels, and so on. This is apart from the export opportunities that we have currently now, where most of the European nations are looking at India as a commercial shipbuilding destination. I've just covered what is likely in the next 1 year. If you're just taking the 1 year to 3 year segment, from Navy alone, about 1 lakh plus crore projects are on the anvil. If you're just taking 2 projects, 2 major projects.
Commodore, what are you seeing the order book size at the end of this financial year?
See, considering our execution strategy, that means the current maturity level of the projects, we expect the order book to remain between 23,000 to 25,000 crores.
Commodore, hi, it's also Samina joining in. It's good to have you back this quarter with us. A couple of areas that I want some perspective on. As compared to some of your peers, your margins were slightly below expectation in some ways. You've reported margins of 6%. Do you anticipate improvement here largely on back of higher margin segments like ship repairs looking into the second half of this financial year, sir?
Thank you, Shamina. And yes, the margins have been moderate, but we have been consistently maintaining these kind of margins. See, there is a difference between ship repair and shipbuilding. In shipbuilding, the margins are relatively low as compared to ship repairs. Now, so it is with this intent that we had gone into ship repairs, where the margins range from 15 to 20% or plus even that level. So at this juncture, our ship repair contribution to our revenue as well as our order book is just about 3 to 4%. But this is a focus area for us. We started very modestly with a few Coast Guard refits. Now we have taken on major refits for the Indian Navy. I expect perhaps not in the immediate 6 months that are on the anvil. But in the next 1 to 3 years, we expect the ship repair segment to take a major leap.
Commodore, can you give me more details on the 226 hybrid ferry contract with the West Bengal government, and when do you expect these deliveries to begin? Will we be seeing a reflection or a contribution of that in the next quarter, sir?
Okay, I'll just give you a background. The background is that very few Indian shipbuilding entities have the capability to develop green vessels. So it started with Cochin Shipyard. We got into the game last year. We took on a project with the government of West Bengal again for one fully electric vessel, project completed. And because of that, the successful completion of the particular project, we got qualified for this 13 hybrid ferries for the government of West Bengal. See, one thing I'd like to clarify is that unlike any other manufacturing industry where you place an order and within 3 to 6 months the product is delivered, even in case of small platforms like ferries, the product delivery period is ranging from 18 to 24 months. So immediately we don't expect returns in the coming 6 months, but definitely in the coming year, that means FY26, we expect the project deliveries to commence.
Commodore, how
this is
you
a very interesting.
Right, please continue, sir.
Yeah, this is a very interesting segment with the government's focus on green energy segment. We expect huge opportunities in the coming years with various state governments taking initiative in placing direct orders, the Inland Water Authority of India having requirements, as well as the Green Tug Transition Program that the government has declared, wherein all the tugs of the ports, our Indian ports, will also turn green. So this green energy segment has got huge potential, and we are right there.
One question which is more cash flow centric, and I ask you this because how are you managing working capital requirements given the very large order book and the capex plans you have? Is there a solution? What are you doing? It would be good to understand, because that gives us a sense of what happens operationally at Garden Reach and how that impacts your bottom line too.
Okay, all the major shipbuilding projects have got various stage payments, which means they are milestone. The payments, the cash flow is linked to achievement of various milestones. For example, once a certain, let us say, milestone like commencement of production starts, a certain amount of 10%, let us say, is paid to the shipyard, which means spread over a project execution cycle of 3 to 5 years, the cash flow is steady. So we do not have any issue with respect to cash flow towards execution of the projects, towards, let us say, procurement of material, various subcontracting activities and so on, and also for capex infusion for development of our infrastructure and facilities. So cash flow is not a problem with respect to shipbuilding projects. As far as capex, you had just mentioned, you had asked a question. Now, our shipbuilding capacity was for concurrent construction of 20 ships, that is our stated capacity. And considering our order book, current order book and what is on the anvil, we recently enhanced this capacity to 24 ships. This was through certain capital infusion, capex infusion towards refurbishment of our dry docks and dry berths and the building berths. So, to answer your question in a nutshell, no issue with cash flow at all.
Just one last question, Commodore. You talked about Europe becoming an important market. What is your sort of export share right now in revenue? And with the US election, Trump coming in, do you see this as a positive for your company?
European markets definitely are looking, the shipbuilding segment is looking at India as a destination. Almost all the Indian shipyards currently have got orders from the European clients. Coming specifically to GRSE, at this juncture, I had mentioned that we are executing 4 projects comprising of 10 platforms, and of these, 5 of these platforms are for an European client. But the total revenue at this juncture is just about 3 to 4%. Why 3 to 4%? Because majority of our orders are coming from the domestic warship building segment. But I see huge potential in this segment because in the coming years, with most of the European nations are going in for multi-purpose vessels, hybrid vessels and CSOVs, we expect this revenue share to go up. Coming to the change in the US administration, definitely the impact is likely to be positive. That's all I can say at this juncture.
All right, thank you so much, Commodore Hari there, talking about Garden Reach Shipbuilding.